Now Gold for the extra point. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Well, for Pittsburgh, as they come back out here, it's not going to get much easier. Then the Week 1 tie against Cleveland, Kansas City next week, and then they have Tampa Bay, but then Baltimore and Atlanta the following weeks.
Listen, if you're a defensive back, a secondary player, you better get your rest this week because Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill, they're going to test you downfield. And that game with Tampa Bay looked like a gimme. No longer a gimme after what Tampa did against New Orleans. And then, who's that in the fourth game?
The Ravens.
The Ravens. Renewing that rivalry once again.
That goes for a gain of 31. On first down, it's Rudolph. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. On 2nd and 10, Rudolph. Man open left side is Brown. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Back to throw, Rudolph. And the third down pass falls incomplete.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
They'll try and sneak it here. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. Back to Heinz Field after this. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. To throw is Garoppolo. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Garoppolo now, first down throw. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number one. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Garoppolo now. He'll rifle this one deep right into a double team, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover two because the strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly, read the football, and went and made the interception.
A first throw now for the backup, Roethlisberger. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. Well, we got a second here to look back to week one. A handful of nice road wins. The biggest surprise, no doubt, CD. How about Tampa Bay winning at New Orleans?
Yeah, that was a big one because I'm not sure how many people really expected that. We looked at the schedule in preseason and thought, oh, my God, for Tampa. At New Orleans, at home for Philadelphia, home for Pittsburgh. I figured an 0-3 start. If they won one of them, it would be great. Well, they got it on Sunday, winning at New Orleans. Washington at Arizona, Cincinnati at Indianapolis, Kansas City at the Chargers. All of them had big wins in week one. But didn't you think Chicago was going to pull it out?
Oh, that was going to be a stunner. And if Chicago and the Saints had won, some elimination pools wouldn't have had many people left.
Yeah, but Aaron Rodgers showed up, and poor Chicago went home with an L.
He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down. Going for it, it's Rudolph. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
I know they got the first down, but Brandon, I still don't like the call going for it there. Yeah, they got it, but I would have punted the ball there, played some field position. I mean, it's okay to end drives and kicks, right? You know, we've heard that from different guys before. Remember, a kick's either a punt, right, field goal, or a point at the line.
And they get to him. Roethlisberger goes down. Now before this, and a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Jack 16. Set. 180. 22 and 44.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. On the left side, it's McDonald. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And the Steelers on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is going to be 3rd and 13. A final shot before the break. Rudolph. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Now, the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on 4th down. Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Steelers. Offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do.
Snickers, you got to spin. Set. Black 80.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Steelers on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
These two. 8. Set.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They get only 4 that time, as that leads us to a 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On second down, here's Garoppolo. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder, Artie Burns. Switching gears for a second because you were talking earlier. We had some odd games in Week 1. I don't think anything, though, takes the cake quite like that game in Miami. How about that lightning delay? Multiple lightning delays.
Yeah, when you open up the season in the state of Florida, and it's not a dome,
good luck.
You got a chance of this happening, right? It happened in Tampa a couple of seasons ago, maybe a couple of times if I remember correctly. This game wound up taking 7 hours and 8 minutes to finish when all was said and done. Normally we do a game in 3.5 or less. That's unbelievable. So great stamina for the fans, great stamina for the players. And how about our colleagues in the announce booth? Great stamina for them as well.
Indeed. Longest game in NFL history. Bell. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Here we go on 4th down with Roethlisberger. And it is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. But a failure on 4th down on the other side leads immediately to a 1st and goal. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
He'll get it up the middle, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Now, that was a terrific play. We're down here near the goal line, and only one word comes to mind for me, and that's overwhelmed, because they absolutely overwhelmed the offensive line. He came free and made the hit in the backfield.
Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's 3rd and goal.
Black 80! 180! 11, 11. 13, 13. 6, 6.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Back now in Pittsburgh. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the fourth and final quarter. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Gold is able to put it through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a two-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3. But this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there. I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Roethlisberger now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. 23 yards on the play. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. This is Bell on the dump off. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover. To throw again is Roethlisberger. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Steelers have now made this a one-score game. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. And remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Garoppolo to throw on second down. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. They run with Breida. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. And the Steelers signal for another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout.